If you can think of it, you can go there, you can sit in a Harvard University class, you can do whatever sounds interesting. Just don't go to any of the military bases or Area 51 or anything like that. They have these little capsules that try to capture your soul and your spirit, you know, so, but don't be in fear, but just so you know, just don't play around with that, don't encourage that. Don't worry about leaving your body, that some other entity's going to come in your body. You have this kind of a silver cord, and it does act like tape measure, where you can only go so far when you're playing in the astral realm, as far as, I think, the moon with that cord that I've experimented with. You go, and then you know with tape measure, when you're a kid, you're pulling and pulling and pulling it, you want to see how far it goes, and then it reaches a point where it goes, and goes right back into your body, or it just pulls back into the... Yes, you?
How long was your father's tape measure?
My dad was 400, because he was a carpenter. Yeah, 400 centimeters. I don't know what your measurement is here. So you actually can go further. Yeah, we use centimeters.
Yeah, that's right.
You actually can go farther than the moon, but you can't work with the cord from there. You have to go into creating like doors I like to use, or activating your Merkaba, and just teleporting, bilocating out of that and going into other realms.
So the other way that I realized is that the more I meditated, and so the process, when I do in Singapore the Journey to Spirit as a 10-week workshop, we go through questioning our reality, then getting into awareness and silence, then going into shifting down to our heart, and then we do a letting go meditation. So we have to let go of all the stuff which is, I do the outer heart meditation. So outer heart is, it's all of the things, the feelings left over from all of the experiences. Let go of that. It helps us to then go into our inner heart. Inner heart is the sacred chamber of the heart. So it's a very deep meditation. And it's timeless. It's a timeless dimension of space. So when you go there, you start then working with all of these guidance, all of these energies and things like that. Soon after that, people's Merkaba starts forming. And it depends on how much clearing you have. You know, for me, it just started spinning one day. I was meditating and my bottom just was like, well, I'm spinning. You know, what's happening? And then the top started spinning. And so I realized that they were spinning. Merkaba was spinning. So it gets activated on its own.
The Merkaba is the vehicle that you can take your spirit and your body by locating and traveling. This is also depicted within the Vitruvian man, and it has to do with the balance of the masculine inside yourself, merging with our masculine energy, and the feminine as a one pyramid, then merging into another pyramid, makes it a Merkaba kind of
it's two-star tetrahedrons.
When you take one pyramid and you put the other, male and female, creates the inner child. When you've shown that you've mastered that balance, then you can go into other realms. So one is the male pointing up, the female is pointing down, like the yin-yangs do as well.
Create. Yeah, and then do it in dimension.
And now the triangle in the middle for the inner child, the Merkaba.
Classic Illuminati perversion too,
I mean, the male's private points up and the female's private points down too.
So basically, if you try to think of it as star tetrahedron, two of them, you know, like that, two of them. So, and they interlock.
Yeah.
And they spin this way or the other way around, depending on male and female.
There's centripetal, isn't it? So one goes this way and one goes opposite.
Yes, it's also with Da Vinci's Vitruvian man as well, right? Where the head is here, the arms are there, and either the legs are here or here. That's what he's trying to depict. They're straight, but then there's also a part.
You know the ones like that?
Yeah.
So the pointed star is coming right there in between.
So that's what that means in the What's this?
Which way spins the woman and which way spins the man?
I believe it's clockwise for men and counterclockwise for female. So I mean, even I'm sure some of you guys have had the experience where you wake up but you can't move your body. That's because you have astral travel. Your spirit's not fully in your body. Therefore, you can't move it until the spirit fully comes into you, back into you as well. And you guys have a pins and needles feeling. Your feet fall asleep. I looked at that when you were drowning. I'm like, what is that anyway? And I saw my spirit was outside of my foot, thinking that my whole body was astral traveling, you know, because you sit for a while, you're calm, oh, meditation, oh, we're leaving, and then it's like, hey, it's out for a bit, until you're like, no, we're still here, go back in, kind of thing.
So when you do fall asleep,
he's coming, my nephew's coming tonight, you know, they call it sleep paralysis and he's suffering from that.
I know.
What can you, is there something, just not freak out?
Yeah, don't freak out for one thing, because I mean that does cause unpleasant experiences, which I've had to deal with people and help them with. It's just being in a, you can, since you don't have access to your body, you do have access to your visualization, and you can create a white ball of light around you, and just be in the love kind of thing, and the trust and the surrender. Yeah, and that way you keep everything protected, and you can't be taken advantage of. Therefore, you can just bring your body.
Sometimes it takes a long time for souls to come back, and it's a very scary experience because you really can't move the body at all. Yeah. And that you just have to keep, just give it the quiet light of protection. I do that every day with my daughter because she does this a lot. She just, it takes her half an hour.
So white light around or in
In and around, yeah.
Is there any noise involved when you're about to leave?
You know what? I hear in that realm a buzzing noise, like, you know those old TVs when you would just turn the knobs and those channels that were
White noise.
It's very much like that.
Yeah, right. 'Cause
Yeah.
I get that a lot and it scares the crap out of me.
Or
We call it the scanner.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's
Yeah.
really, like,
Yeah.
it only happens when I'm really tired, so immediately I get a sleep paralysis, but there's this noise and just feel like I'm falling really, really fast.
Yeah.
It's huge noise and I just freeze.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you have to master your emotions, you have to get out of that, because this is a great tool area to work with people and do a lot of great things. But I mean, it's just like how we talk about tuning into different realms. Certain times when you're in between dials of stations, you have that shh, right, while you're trying to hear the information. So it's just really fine tuning and know that you're in between realms in that way.
What should you do? Just like let go and go, alright, whatever.
You know you're in control, just like in the,
just know that you're in control.
Just
the
like
main
in
thing
the
is
dream.
that you have to be in control.
Once you know your dream, you can change it. Once you know in making life, you can change things, and you do. Like, there's this woman who lived in South America, and there was this, again, serial killer who was like hunting people, and he did that to so many people, but this, when it was happening to her, and she realized this is who he was, she was really tiny. She didn't stand a chance physically to be able to do anything, but she was like, no way, this is not an acceptable reality, and this is not the way I'm planning on going. Once she made up her mind with that, the guy had a heart attack and died. And all the money and all the things that he stole from people, she gave back to everyone. But I mean, like, this is the thing, commanding your reality, taking it back, and you have to do the same thing in the astral realm. I taught some people how to do it, and this one girl ended up wanting to see her partner that was overseas, only to find out that her partner was cheating on her, and she was able to clearly see that. So maybe
don't
not
take
using this
advantage
for
of
spy work, or
don't take advantage of it.
integrity again.
Okay, it's the same thing as here in the conscious realm, which is you go into a fear frequency, go into a down frequency, go into anger, whatever, it's just going to come and grab you.
Yeah.
So just, keep that same integrity when you're doing astral traveling. It's not going to go and peek into somebody else's house or something like that. And take permissions, we want to talk to people, take permissions. Always do these kinds of things just to keep, just to be why you're doing it. But the same thing again in meditation. So once the Merkaba starts forms and it starts spinning, then it's easier to travel to other dimensions, other parts of space. We do that sometimes, but then we get pulled back. I know that we've gone